Okay, let's just dive right in, shall we? We're going to talk about something that makes most people's palms sweat: public speaking. You know the feeling, right? The racing heart, the fear of being judged. But what if I told you there's a way to make it all effortless? Let's figure out how.
Yeah, I can already hear you. Easy? Easy for who? But seriously, stick with me on this. This one little idea, this mindset shift, is the key that unlocks a whole new way of thinking about it. It's not about being fearless. It's about learning the rules to a game you didn't know you were playing.
Because that's really what all this anxiety boils down to, right? It's a bunch of myths we've all been fed about what it means to stand up in front of a room full of people. And today, we're going to take those myths and just tear them apart.
All right, first up, we have to tackle the big one, the biggest hurdle of all, that feeling that you're under this intense, critical microscope. We're going to call this the spotlight delusion, and it's time to shut it down.
So here's the fear we all have. It's this nightmare scenario where every awkward pause, every little stumble is being watched and judged by this jury of your peers. But the reality, the actual truth, that audience is filled with people thinking about what to make for dinner, that email they forgot to send, and whether they're going to be late to pick up their kids. And this gets to a brilliant concept called main character energy. Think about it. Every single person in that room is the star of their own movie. Their life is the main plot. And you? For these few minutes, you're just a supporting character. Realizing this is so liberating, they simply don't have the time or the mental energy to judge you nearly as harshly as you judge yourself.
Okay, so we've hopefully turned off that terrifying spotlight. Now let's move on to myth number 2. This idea that great speakers are just born with some magical gift called charisma.
You know, we're so often told that some people just have it, and the rest of us, well, we don't. But the truth is so much more empowering than that. Charisma isn't some kind of magic. It's a method. It's just a set of behaviors you can learn that create a feeling of connection with other people.
This is what we can call a social wizard tactic. I love that name. Think of it less like a personality trait you have to be born with, and more like a tool you can just pull out of your toolbox whenever you need it. It's all about learning how to engage, how to connect, and how to make your ideas really land. It's a skill, just like anything else.
And here's the crucial part. We're already practicing this skill all the time in our modern lives. Seriously, just think about it. Talking to a crowd is basically just a scaled-up version of talking to your phone for a story or to your webcam for a Zoom call. It's one-to-many communication, and it's totally normal now.
And all this leaves us perfectly to the final and maybe the most destructive myth of all. This belief that you have to deliver a flawless word-for-word performance. This is the perfection trap, and it leads straight to a place called robot mode.
And we've all seen this person, right? The speaker is stiff, their eyes are kind of glazed over, and they're just reciting a script from memory. There's no energy, there's no life, there's zero connection. And why? Because their entire brain is focused on not messing up the words instead of sharing an idea with the real, live human being sitting right in front of them.
So this is the fundamental shift you have to make in your head. Let go of perfection. It's not the goal. The real prize, the thing that actually makes a speech great and memorable, is a genuine human connection. That's it. That's the whole game.
Okay, so if we're not aiming for perfection anymore, what are we aiming for? Well, welcome to the Good Enough Playbook. This is your new, practical, stress-free strategy for every single talk you give from this day forward.
And it's so beautifully simple. First, know your main points inside and out, but don't you dare memorize the sentences that connect them. Second, ditch the full script. Trade it in for a few bullet points on a note card. This forces you to be present and conversational. And third, make connection your one and only goal. Actually look at people. Talk to them, not at them.
I absolutely love this analogy. When you're cooking a dish you know by heart, you're not reading every single instruction, are you? No way! You know the ingredients, you know the flow, you trust yourself. Maybe you add a little more of this, a little less of that. It feels authentic, and it turns out great because you're actually connected to what you're doing. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be good enough.
And that, right there, is the whole secret. This is the effortless mindset. You have to stop thinking of yourself as a performer on a stage who's desperate for applause. Instead, start thinking of yourself as a host, just sharing something you find interesting with a room full of people. And when you do that, the pressure just melts away.
So forget the fear, forget perfection, just focus on this one question. Because when you're driven by the desire to share a really important idea, everything else just fades into the background. Your audience is waiting. What's the one idea you absolutely need them to hear?